Ever since Cars 3 came out nearly 2.5 years ago and introduced the concept of next generation racers, Mattel has taken full advantage of fans' absolute love and passion for them. I mean, I think almost every fan loves the next gens and just loves their designs and always wants a new one. And Mattel has been doing a great job pumping out probably a new next gen at a rate of every month since Cars 3 came out. Until just about this year, and Mattel has slowed down tremendously. I think this year we've only gotten about 2 or 3 new next gens, and the only one that comes to mind is the next gen Leakless Racer, who of course was only available in that Walmart exclusive 5-pack. And us fans are a little upset about that. We want our new next gens. So I'm an impatient person. I'm like, you know what? If Mattel's not gonna do it, I'm gonna have to do it myself. So I wrote Jim Scavenger and I was like, could you please just make me a new next gen? I don't care what it is, preferably vinyl Toupee, but I don't care. And he was actually able to do vinyl Toupee based on some images online, which I'll talk about later. There's a lot of cool concept art for vinyl Toupee. And of course, you know, I'll show you guys all of that in the video and where he appeared in Cars 3. Super cool video today to get back into the grind. So story is, you know, I just want to let you guys know I am back now in my hometown, in my house, in my own home. It feels so great because, you know, usually I live at college, which is an hour-and-a-half away, so I can't really make videos, but I have been using pre-recorded footage and all that stuff to do some videos here and there, like every week, but it has been like 2 weeks since my last video, a little less than that actually. But anyways, since I'm home now for fall break, I will be able to do a ton of videos. So this is the start of an absolute deluge of awesome content on my channel. So just get ready. We're starting off with a bang and enough talk. Let's get right into the review of this amazing next-gen vinyl Toupee racer. So of course, he doesn't have a name currently because, you know, he is just an unnamed, unreleased car. But I want you guys to let me know in the comments section below, what do you want to name this fantastic racer? He is so beautiful. He deserves a beautiful name as well. So please let me know your thoughts and ideas, and I'll get back to you, and maybe we can come to some consensus, and maybe it'll become so popular that Mattel, when they do decide to release this car, they name it what we actually create it to be. That'd be pretty sweet. So like I said, Jim Scavenger made this awesome car. Here's a little prototype for it as well, which we'll compare them to in a little bit. He did a great job, so props to him. If you want maybe a chance of getting this guy, I would message Jim ASAP. He does have main materials as in decals for this car, so if you want a chance of getting one, message him as soon as possible. And he does a ton of other customs as well though, so if you're interested at all, you know, just let him know. And now as for his appearance in Cars 3, of course it's a background racer who did not speak in the movie, so therefore we don't have many good images of him, so I'll put just maybe like a background picture on there. But we do have some fantastic concept art from the Louis Leal site. You know, it's one of the Pixar animators, designers who puts their work on their website there. So he actually animated several cars for Cars 3, or did the designs. He also did bumper save, but we're going to focus on vinyl Toupee in this video. So as he talks about in the article, which you can read, I'll link it in the description below as well. Vinyl Toupee has been always like 2 decades or whatever behind like the actual current trends. And so therefore now, or I think it's probably more than 2 decades, because this is definitely like an 80s, 90s vibe. So probably around like 3 decades. So that's why we get kind of like a retro 80s, retro futuristic vibe here with the next gen vinyl Toupee, which I find really exciting here. I think this design fits him perfectly. But yeah, great concept art. And there's some pictures. There's some unused logos for vinyl Toupee as well, which I think are really awesome. I like the VT stuff there where they just shorten it to VT. Really cool stuff. Anyways, here we'll get on to the review, which is what you guys have been waiting for. I tend to ramble too much. But anyways, I just first of all want to mention the purple color on vinyl Toupee here. It is hard to appreciate on camera or via picture. You really have to see it in person. This is you know, the definition of deep purple. This is the deepest of deep purple you can go. We're at the depths of purple right now. I mean, this is just gorgeous. And you can see it kind of even shines. It's a little metallic. The logo here on the hood is just like it is in the movie. You know, you have the cursive vinyl there and then Toupee in more of a bold goldish font with a little white gradient stripe down the middle there. You also have, you know, this gradient from dark purple to pink with that triangle in the middle. Again, emphasizing the 80s-ness, the 80s-esque vibes that this design gives off. Also, if you look really closely, you can kind of see like a little pattern of squares, a little matrix grid essentially, which is actually, you know, in the movie, and you can see in the concept art, is all throughout the body of vinyl Toupee, but that would be almost impossible to do because that would require hand painting because the decal just wouldn't work. So Jim Scavenger decided not to do with that, but that, you know, obviously is not really a big deal because it's not that noticeable even. So he's got a nice expression. I believe we picked the one off of Steve Slick LePage, or at least I'm pretty sure I did. I wanted that one. He's got the expression from Danny Swervez, which is also what I thought would be the easiest card to use since he's pretty common. He's got some vents down here, which look pretty sweet. They're nice and unique. You don't see too many that extend that much inward. Like for example, on Danny, they're much smaller. Now this bumper here should be yellow, but again, tough to do that when, you know, you're balancing between decals and actual paint. Here we have the rims, which are the same as Danny Swervez, but coincidentally, they do work pretty well for this car. In the movie, they're supposed to be purple with that little gold trim, but since it's such a dark purple, the black works perfectly well. And I think the trim is really what's important because it complements the purple and of course these yellow stripes here. So you have the yellow stripe there on the bottom, the little arrow indicating to the pit crew where to lift them up at to change the tires. And then you have the contingency sponsors, which are the Piston Cup, Synergy, Carbon Cyber, and Combustor. I love the number for 76 here. I even printed off like a little clip art of it that will be used in the thumbnail most likely. I just love the two-tone essentially part of this where it's white and then it's like a striped yellow, which is fantastic. Again, gives off that retro futurism vibe. Of course, you have the exhaust pipes back there. You have the gas cap up here. Here we have the roof, and now it is black, which is an awesome callback to Vinyl Toupee from Cars 1, who is, of course, Rusty Cornfuel, that's his name. He's got that fantastic vinyl top there, which of course is the product that Vinyl Toupee is. You know, most of the time we do kind of overlook what actually these Piston Cup racers are sponsored by, like the companies that sponsor these racers. And Vinyl Toupee, you know, it's always been Vinyl Toupee in a can where you can give yourself like a vinyl top. And you see this in, you know, it's kind of like convertibles almost, like convertibles would have a vinyl top, but you know, it doesn't have to be necessarily a convertible, and usually it's black, so that's a nice little representation of it, although obviously it's not vinyl there. He doesn't have window bars because it's using an older model of Danny Swervez. I love the spoiler here. It's very tough to put decals on spoilers, but he was able to do it. And so you have this very nice accurate representation of what it would look like in the movie, where you have this horizontal logo versus the stacked, you know, vinyl on top of Toupee. This is next to each other. So that's fantastic. Love it there. You have another smaller logo right here, which is just fantastic. You have the yellow stripe continuing on the back here. Again, you got that same kind of logo that was used on the spoiler, the rookie stripes, which obviously indicate that he, you know, it's his first year and they're required for all rookies, but they are not exactly identical on every racer. Most of them, you know, have a little bit different spin on how they want to incorporate that into their design. Like McQueen, for example, he incorporated into that Medicated Rusty's bumper ointment logo. Of course, you got the taillights there, a couple more little decals, and that is pretty much it. He's got the same stuff over here. Now, of course, for most customs, you know, you're going to have to drill out the rivets and then replace it with like epoxy, which is this stuff, I'm pretty sure. Again, not a big custom maker. I don't actually make really any customs at all, but I'm a huge fan of buying them. I have a great, deep appreciation for people who make customs. And actually, I'll be doing a huge video soon on a ton of customs that I've received lately. And let me just give you a quick interjection to this video, a nice little preview as to what's to come in terms of all these other customs I'm talking about. So all of these customs are either done by Jim Scavenger or Darrow Designs, aka Jared Darrow. Two amazing customizers, definitely the best out there, the two best in my opinion. And I think a lot of people do agree with me. And as you can see, McQueen is the main guy to go with. I just love custom McQueens because there's so much you could do with him. And I like to have as many McQueens as possible. So all these here you can see in the front row are just fantastic. I can't wait to do a review on these guys. So I don't want to show them too much, but it's just a little teaser. And of course we got some other guys in the background who are also just, look at this guy. Absolutely phenomenal. That color is unbeatable. But anyways, getting back to it here, actually one more preview. That's all I'll say. Anyways, getting back to Vinyl Toupee here, I do want to show the little prototype that Jim Scavenger had to work on here to test the decals. So there's a nice look at the hood decal and the lights and all that stuff. I just like how the decals look on the white background. It's also cool that there's like a purple background here, which is obviously not present there. So that's very interesting. That's why I really wanted this prototype. Jim Scavenger's like, what? Really? You want that? I was like, yeah, that looks fantastic. Show like the little evolution of our production here. So very, very nice there. That is pretty much it for the next gen here. I do want to now, of course, absolutely, you can't do a next gen review without showing the evolution of that specific sponsor. So he's always been number 76, or I should say Vinyl Toupee has always been number 76 across Crusty Rotor. I accidentally said Rusty Corn Fuel, by the way, earlier. This is Crusty Rotor to Rev Rotages, and now to this unnamed guy, which I really think, I don't know, I really want like a Brett in the Cars universe. I think Brett would be a pretty sweet name. But anyways, that is just my 2 cents. So there was a little departure in the Cars 3 stock car era where you went to that white and blue versus the purple, which I think I'm glad that it went back to this purple, even though it's much darker than it originally was in Cars 1. But I'm not a huge fan of the white and blue. It just doesn't really fit that much in, like, where does it come from? But anyways here, comparing all 3 of them together. Absolutely phenomenal. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on which Vinyl Toupee racer is your favorite. Mine has got to be the next gen, even though Crusty is a close second behind, because I just love some of the designs he has, like this thing here. She'll never notice, I just love stuff like that. So obviously, you're trying to make yourself look better. Like you're trying to impress the ladies with your Vinyl Toupee in a can here. It's kind of like hair gel, I guess, would be the equivalent in the Cars universe. Let's get Rev in here, who has kind of like this wood aesthetic to him as well. Fine vinyl top in a can, established 1986. So not even that old. If you'd like to see my review of Rev Rotages, the link will be in the description below. I can't believe he already came out like a year and a half ago. That is ridiculous. Are you joking me? It's already been a year and a half. It just feels like this past spring that he was released, but it was 2 springs ago. So you can see both of them, or all 3 of them, do have kind of that representation of a vinyl roof on the roof there. So let me know your favorite racer. Mine is the unnamed Next Gen. And I also have a couple other team members here, like the Factory Custom Crew Chief from China, which you can still buy. I think it's pretty solid for the price. Obviously, it's not an official release from Mattel, but realistically, are we ever going to get a crew chief for the Cars 1 Vinyl Toupee? Probably not. Although you never know nowadays, actually, with what they're doing, releasing Fiber Fuel crew chiefs and Taco and Mint crew chiefs. Of course, we also have the hauler here for Vinyl Toupee, which is one of the rare haulers released in 2010. But then his semi, which is this portion here, was released again in early 2017. So there you have it. Team of Vinyl Toupee at its best right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a great way to start off, you know, a kind of a new, I don't know, I wouldn't want to say era, but like a new little section to my channel. We're going to have tons of amazing content. I really hope you guys are excited for it all because I'm really excited to record it. Also, I'm actually leaving for Disney World this Sunday and returning on Thursday. So don't worry, it still gives me plenty of time to record videos. But I also get to record some footage down in Disney World. And I'll also be making some awesome content from there. I know I did post a Disney World vlog recently, and that was my trip in April. Not too many people watched that video, but that's okay. The videos I plan on doing from this trip, I think a lot more people will enjoy because it will show the cars aspect of it a little bit more, like what cars you can find in Disney World. It'll be actually Hunt 14, so I think it'll be really fun and exciting. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for sticking with me through my inactive period. It just is how it is. I'm trying to still post as many videos as possible on a weekly basis, like on Saturdays, but we're throwing that completely out the window while I'm home here. I'm going to try and produce as many videos as humanly possible. All right, guys, I'll catch you probably tomorrow for another video. Bye now.